Okay, great. So ask me what am I doing. So I'll tell you, here's what I say to you. I say, well, have you heard of self-growing e-commerce? So you guys are going to reply to me. So I ask you right now, have you heard of self-growing e-commerce? Well, what's your answer? What will you answer me? Not really. Or what is it? Not really. Okay, great. So I think one of the things that and then I will say this. Well, a self-growing e-commerce is basically an online web store where you have a product that actually can go viral by itself, and then that brings you more customers because of viral marketing and because of social media that can be done, and so you can grow your online business without a single advertising. Plus, have a business that's really meaningful. So that's self-growing e-commerce. Well, if you ever like to know how it works, I'll be glad to show you how it works. If you're keen, if you ever like to know how it works, I'll be glad to show you how it works. Yeah, if you ever like to know. So that's what I say. Okay. So these are the stuff that I already have shared actually in the 12 weeks to 5 figures launch. So you probably already wrote down during that webinar. If you have not, go rewatch again that webinar, and you probably will have the script as well. Okay, so the script is very simple. The first thing is, well, I tell them what's a self-growing e-commerce, right? The self-growing e-commerce is, well, first of all, the first thing is that it is an online web store, so they know what it is. Number two, it has a product. It has a really good product that can go viral. Number two. Number three, so much so that it gets to spread, and you can get automatic sales. So go viral. Number three is you can get automatic sales. All right. Number four, without advertising. Number five, because of social media. Number six, and it is a meaningful business. Number seven, if you ever like to know how it works, I'll be glad to share. That's it. If you ever like to know, I'll be glad to share. That's it. If you ever like to know how it works, I'll be glad to share. Because you just want to know how it works, right? You're not asking him to, you're not saying that if you want to do it, if you want to learn more, I'll tell you. If you want to join, right? I'll let you know. Never say that, okay? Just say, if you want to know how it works, I'll be glad to show you. So, how it works? Yeah, I want to know how it works. Yeah, basically. So, want to know how it works? That's fine. So, I tell you that. Okay, so now I want you to reply me with a very difficult question. Okay, when I say that, right, the next question you will ask me is, so what product are you selling? I think all of you get this question a lot. Okay, what product are you selling? So, do you guys get a lot of this question? People ask you, so what product are you selling? Anyone here? Yes. Okay, so what product are you selling? So here's what I would say. Okay, here's what I would say. And you guys might want to take notes as I say this. Now, of course, this recording is also recorded. So once I finish this recording, you have to message me, right? You have to message me in order for that to happen. Okay, you have to message me. So, okay, great. So the rest of the people are trying to come in. I think they cannot come in already because it's too late, right? And I think it's just 8 of you. If any one of you here got kicked out accidentally, right? Please put yourself in a place where there is good Wi-Fi, right? So to make sure that you don't get cut off, like Lamey, right? So in the event, if you do get kicked out, please just go into the Facebook group and just ask it. Okay? Yeah. All right. Just let me know. Okay? Inside the group chat. Right? If you accidentally got kicked out, like Lame Wei. So basically, I added Lame Wei back in already. Okay. So Lame Wei, you're inside, right? Okay, great. Yeah. So basically, here's how it works. Okay. So you ask me. So everybody ask me. You probably have people ask you what product, right? So basically, what you sell. So basically, how I would do the same way about how I do self-growing e-commerce. So here's how it goes. Step one, I'll ask them back. Have you heard of what Okay, so basically what product are you selling? Have you heard of self-healing technology? Here's what I will ask them. Have you heard of self-healing technology? That's the first thing I will ask them back. Have you heard of self-healing technology? So can everybody got that? Self-healing technology. Have you heard of self-healing technology? The same way I asked them, have you heard of self-growing e-commerce, right? I asked them, have you heard of self-healing technology? So if they say no, great. That's right, good. You all type it out in the chat. It's very good because once you type it out, you kind of reinforce yourself, your learning. Okay, so step one, you ask them, have you heard of self-healing technology? If they say no, then you say, well, I show people how, I have technology. I show people how to use technology. Second step, if they say how, well, I show people how to use technology to allow your own body to repair and regenerate yourself. Okay, interesting, huh? I show people how to use self-healing technology to repair and regenerate yourself from all health issues. From majority health issues, or almost all health issues. So I show people how to use self-healing technology. All right, I show people how to use self-healing technology, right, to allow your body to heal itself from almost all diseases. If you ever like to know how it works, I'll be glad to show you. Got that? Okay? All right, I show people how to use technology, how to use self-healing technology. I show people how to use self-healing technology. Sentence number one. I show people how to use self-healing technology. Okay, first sentence. Second sentence, to do what? Okay, to allow our own body to repair and regenerate, right, from almost all health issues. That's sentence number two. I show people how to use self-healing technology to allow our own body to repair and regenerate from almost all health issues. If you ever like to know how it works, I'll be glad to share with you. That's it. Okay. The reason why you say that, the psychology is this. I show you how to use self-healing. I never heard of self-healing technology. Well, okay, what does it do? Well, it allows your own body to repair and regenerate itself from almost all health issues. Oh, that's interesting. If you ever like to know, I'll be glad to share with you how it works. Okay, so if I'm concerned about health, or if I think such technology sounds interesting, I will surely ask you, tell me more. Agree? Giving you the script right now, okay? Right? If you ever like to know how it works, right? I will be glad to share with you. Not I will share with you. Say I'll be glad to share with you. So that's what I will say. Okay? I'll be glad to share with you. Now, is this helping you guys? Is this good? Okay? Yeah. So it's like, you see, typically most of you will be like, most of you will do something less effective, I would say, not the wrong thing, but less effective. It's probably like, you send them the website link. Or you probably say, I have a supplement called Reserve. I'm selling a product called Reserve. It contains resveratrol or whatever, and blah, 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 blah. You're going to start selling and selling and selling. Now, in my case, I don't sell to people. right, I learn how to intrigue them. So every sentence that I say, right, is meant to draw them in. So I never have to try to promote to people because it just draw them in. It will draw the right people in. So if after saying this, like to heal yourself from almost all health issues, right, they'll be like, oh, no. They'll be like, okay, yeah, almost health. Wow, that sounds interesting. How does it work? So they want to know how it works. So basically, when you do that, you draw them in. Now, those of them who are like, no, health is not important. I'm not interested in health anyway. Even if technology, how advanced, it's not an area of my interest. So I say, no, it's okay. I don't even know how it works. So it's either, if they say that, they're not even the right target audience to begin with. So it saves you a lot of trouble. Okay? So, yeah, so a lot of people tend to answer in a less effective way. So the way I say it is very effective. It draws them in. So everybody type, okay, what I'm going to teach you guys is this. Okay, every sentence, you have to draw them in. So can everybody type, every sentence draw them in. Right? Type, every sentence, draw them in. Okay? Every sentence, draw them in. Everybody type in the chat. Okay? Every sentence, draw them in. Yes, every sentence, draw them in. That's right. So, the way it works is that every sentence you say, you have to draw them in. Not push to them things, but draw them in. Okay? So, here's what. So you say, oh, I want to know how it works. Okay, great. You want to know how it works? Sure. Okay, let me share with you. First of all, I want to ask you, have you heard of stem cells? Okay, so imagine right now all of you are my prospect, okay? I'm talking to all of you right now, and you are all welcome to answer me in the chat as my prospect. So all of you have already asked me. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to ask you back. So I'm going to ask you back is the first thing I'm going to ask you back. And you say like, sure, I want to know how it works. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is, have you heard of, do you know what is stem cells? So now I'm going to ask you back. I'm going to ask you guys this question. Right, that's going to draw you in. So I'm going to ask, can you tell, do you know what is stem cells? So you all answer me, just answer me like, yeah, you know what is stem cell? Okay, just answer me, everyone. If you know, say yes. If you don't know, type no. Okay, do you know what is stem cells? Now, can you explain to me what is stem cell? Yes, they come from babies, right? The basic unit of cell. Yeah, come on, you all answer me. So if you tell me like, you know what is stem cell, and you say yes, right? So now I ask you, so can you share with me? So what do you know? What is stem cell to you then? Because I want to know whether they actually really know what is stem cells. So I said, so now I'm going to ask you guys. So I want to know if you guys actually really know what is stem cells. So I'm going to ask you right now. So what do you think is stem cells? What is stem cell to you? It comes from placenta. It comes from our body. The cell that can generate any cell type in the body. Okay. What else? Come on, everybody. I'm going to ask you guys right now. So tell me, what is a stem cell? Lin Wei says blood from our body. Okay, what else? Come on. Every one of you have to answer one. Cell that can differentiate into other types of cell. Okay, what you know about stem cells? Stem cells come from your body. Okay, so now I'm going to explain to you. Can I explain to you what stem cell is in a very clear, can I share with you? I'll ask you right now. Can I share with you what stem cells is so that you really understand why stem cells are so important to you? Why stem cells are so important? Can I share with you? Okay. Most of them will say yes. Okay? So now I'm going to share with you. Next step really. So I asked them what they know. Can you explain to you what do you know about stem cells? So when they tell me, and I know that your knowledge is limited, right? So now I'm going to ask you for permission. I'm going to ask you, is it okay if I share with you what stem cell is? Right? So now I'm going to share with you. So I say, what stem cells is? Okay, well, basically, the first stem cell is the origin of you. In fact, stem cell is the reason why you are alive today, is the reason why you are a human being. In fact, when a sperm enters the egg, the first cell that is formed is called stem cells. Right? The first cell that is formed is called stem cells. Now some of you may not know how to explain what is stem cells, right? And what are the three things I'm going to talk about right now to you about stem cells? First, I'll tell you what is stem cells, where they come from, what's the origin. Number two, I will share with you what does stem cell do, what is their abilities, okay? And number three, I'm going to share with you why stem cells is the future. Why stem cells is the future, and why stem cell can help you repair almost every disease in your body. Now, however, if you are lazy and you don't want you cannot explain to people, and or rather, not that you cannot explain, you sure can explain. It's just practice, okay? But if you are like Winston, I don't know how to practice, okay? So you will go to YouTube. Okay, so what you do, so if you don't know what stem cell is, you can check stem cell is the future. Okay, so basically, you go inside here and you can show people what is stem cells, right? You can send them a few talks first if you are lazy to explain, but of course you must watch all this you must watch all these talks as well. Okay, the promise of stem cell therapy, TEDx. Future of stem cells. So usually you can go in future of stem cells or stem cell is the future. Okay? You type stem cell is the future or future of stem cells. And you will see a few videos that's pretty good. First is this first video. Second is the second video. Stem cells and the future of medicine. So all these are credible sources that you can send them to watch first. Right? So they understand what is stem cell first. Okay? The future of stem cells. So once they understand what the future of stem cells is, right, you send them stem cells for regenerate. So send them things that you watch already and you feel that, wow, it's amazing, and you're amazed. Stem cells research and now in the future. So you can watch that, and you find any of this that you find that the explanation is clear and easy, you can send them that first, okay? Or in fact, we also have Longevity TV, which is our Jeanette's own channel, and inside there we have videos. Right, so we have videos, and I'm going to go like most popular. Right, so inside here, we have understanding health, understanding stem cells. So you have understanding stem cells, and you have understanding health. Okay, so you can also send this, if you watch it and you find the explanation very easy to understand and it's quite good, then you can send that to them. Okay, so I'm going to stop recording now. I'm going to stop now and come back. Okay, now, how am I going to explain to you about stem cells? So now I'm going to explain to you without showing the video. Okay? So what is stem cells? Well, stem cell is the origin of you. In fact, you are created from stem cells. So let me draw and help you understand. So it is from stem cell that created you. So when the sperm enters the egg, the first cell that is formed is called stem cells. Okay? So what is inside your stem cells? Well, inside your stem cells is like a book. Whoops. Okay, inside your stem cell is like having a book, where inside this book, right, contain all the pictures of how you look like, how your ear look like, how your heart look like. So there are many pages. So each of these pages contains a blueprint, which is actually your DNA, of how you look like, how your heart look like. If you create a full heart, if you create a full body, how does it look like? So it contains the blueprint and copy inside your stem cell of what you look like. Okay? Understand? So that is your first stem cell. So how do you become a human being? Well, the stem cell alone, he cannot do it. So you produce specialized stem cells. So he create a specialized stem cells, and in this stem cell, he give this stem cell a copy of your heart, the DNA copy of how your heart look like. Then he create another and give birth to another stem cell, specialized stem cell. That's why it's called SS, specialized stem cell, which has the photocopy of your bone. So, and then your photocopy of how to create your bone. So your DNA, okay? And then you have create stem cells to create your immune system. Okay? Then now, what your stem cell do is from this stem cell, it will grow out cells that make your heart. So millions and billions of cells are created from specialized stem cells that make your heart. And then you have a lot of specialized bone stem cells that will create the human body structure. Okay? The skeleton. Okay? So, and then your nervous system, your immune system. So create your nervous system. Okay. So basically, now you understand what your stem cell do. Alright? So your stem cell is the one that create you. So you are created from your stem cells. Now, other than that, so stem cell create you. So why is stem cell so important then? Okay, other than creating you. Well, other than creating you, your stem cell does three things. If you have ever realized that you got a cut, the best way I can explain to you is cuts. If you've ever got wound cut before, all right, what happens when you have a wound? So when you have a wound, your stem cells, all right, will go and what? Create, your stem cell will create immune cells, like maybe antibodies. We call it antibodies or immune cells. Right, your stem cells will create immune cells. The stem cells that specialize in creating immune cells. Okay, I call it IS lah. All right, so they're specialized to create immune cells. So your stem cells that create immune cells will create immune cells. So immune cells will go and fight what? Fight the virus that's entering into your wound. Your bacteria, your germ, your virus. This will go and attack. Okay, that's the first role of your stem cell. The second role of the stem cell is now your skin stem cell will go there and repair. Okay, repair all the cells that's damaged. So it will repair. And then the third thing it will do is the stem cell will actually grow new cells, new skin cells to fill up all the gap. Produce new skin cells. Okay? Now you understand what does a stem cell do? Number one, it creates antibodies it creates the immune system to fight against viruses, including like COVID-19 virus, flu virus, fever virus, any virus. So your stem cell has the ability to do that. So it go and kill off the viruses. Okay, and it also goes and repair the damaged cell, and it also grow new cells to touch up. This is actually how your skin start to heal. So the same it is when you have wrinkles. When you have wrinkles, imagine this is your layer of skin and it's damaged and you have wrinkles. Okay, so these are your wrinkles. So your stem cell will go and repair and also grow new cells to patch up your whenever you get damage on your skin. So that's actually what stem cell does. Repair, regenerate, and protect. Protect means to defend. Okay? Protect or defend. Now, how many of you here, I'm going to stop here for a while and I'm going to ask all of you so that I have some feedback from you guys. From what I share with you guys here, so far until now, is it interesting? Is it easy to understand what your stem cell does? Okay, great. So, great. Okay, great. Okay, great. The reason why your stem cells is so important is when there is no stem cell, you will die. Because human beings are born with a fixed set of stem cells. In case you don't know. Biology 101. Yes, that's right. So, human beings are born with a fixed set of stem cells. Okay? Of stem cells. Okay, so according to cell medicine, everybody is born with a certain amount of stem cell. Okay, adults. The number can be thought as a bank account. From each person, make withdrawal through its lifetime as needed. So, how many stem cells are you born with? Well, usually most people range within 50,000 to 200,000 stem cells in your body. Okay, the human body is has relatively small number of cells called adult stem cells capable of blah, blah, blah. Okay? So basically, you have a fixed number of stem cells in your human body. Depending on how big your body is and your size, you are actually born with about 50,000 to 200,000 stem cells in your body. It's fixed. Okay? And you cannot produce more than that. Usually, you have a fixed number of stem cells already. Okay? So can I use someone else's stem cell? Stem cells are unique. But, okay, although a person's own stem cell is always 100%, there are risks. You cannot use other people's stem cells. All right? You can only use your own stem cells. So, very important. You can only use your own stem cells. You cannot eat a stem cell from other human being because can you imagine your stem cell contains the original copy DNA of you? If you take my stem cells, you create part of me in you. Can you imagine that? Okay, you become like alien. Well, so you only can use your own stem cells, and you do have a fixed number of stem cells. Okay, so your number of stem cells create your white blood cells. So you do have a bank account, and your bank account you're born with a fixed amount of stem cells. Fixed. Okay, now very important. If you type how many cells die every minute, in fact, 300 million cells die every minute according to UCSB University. So you are dying every minute. How many minutes have we been talking so far? It's 8:55 now. So the last 55 minutes that you spend with me, can you calculate how many cells in your body has died? Okay? How many cells in your body has died? So basically, is it very interesting? You didn't know. So can you imagine right now, your 300 million cells has died. So when your 300 million cells has died, what is going to replace the 300 million cells? Who is going to replace them? You already lost how much? 300 times 55. Yes. 300 million times 55 is how many million? Is 1.6 billion. So 1,600 million. Okay, 1.6 billion. So far, 1.6 billion cells die already in your body, have already died. From the 55 minutes that you spent with me. 17 billion. So 17 billion of the cells have died for the 1 hour, almost 1 hour that you spent with me. So tell me, is life precious? Is life precious? And do you know this 17 billion that is dead? You know what is replacing them every minute or so? Is your stem cell. Your stem cells every nanosecond is giving birth every nanosecond in order to replace your 17 billion. Your stem cell is giving birth every second in order to replace your 17 billion cells. Okay? Okay, so now you understand the power of stem cells now. Okay, great. This is Biology 101, but I hope I make it easy for you to understand. So, your health is depending on the amount of stem cells in your body. So when you are young, you probably have, let's say, 100,000 stem cells. And stem cells don't live forever because your bank account for the stem cell is fixed. You're born with 100,000. By the time you are 60, your deposit probably left only about 10,000. Okay? That's the reason why when you are young, you get a cut, you repair very fast because you have 10,000 stem cells to go and repair. When you're old, you get a cut, it takes a long time to heal. Why? You have less manpower. Does it make sense to use now? You have less manpower. When you are young, you have fever. Okay? You recover very fast. Your immune system recover very fast. The damage recover very fast. When you are 60s, because you got 100,000 stem cells. When you are in your 60s, you are left with only 10,000 stem cells. you take a longer time to recover when you fall sick. Does it make sense to you guys now? How do you know? Does it make sense to you guys now? So are you guys worried how many stem cells you have? How many, I would say, how much stem cell you are left with? Okay, because let me tell you why. How many percent of people in chemo die? Okay, percentage of people who die from chemo. So if you Google this, okay, after chemo. Okay. So, British inquiry into the use of chemo seriously found that treatment caused about 27 cases of death. Okay, died. Okay, chemo is powerful stuff, but data too. Okay, so basically, the chemo mortality rate for chemo. So I would say chemo mortality rate. Chemo mortality rate. Mortality. Chemotherapy mortality rate. Okay. So basically, chemotherapy mortality rate, patient most likely to die when given the first round of chemo. Patients were most likely to die when given the first round of chemotherapy. Okay, so basically, a lot of people die, especially when they are older. Especially the older it is, the older it is, the harder it is to survive. And here's why. So most old people who go to chemo, they die after chemo. Why? Okay. So imagine right now, this is you are 60 years old and you're left with 10,000 stem cells. And now you have cancer. So this is your heart, and your heart growing on your lungs is cancer. So you do chemo. So chemo means you have to go and burn away. Now, when you burn away, you also damage part of your lungs. And then now your stem cells, you have 10,000 stem cells. And your 10,000 stem cells are weak. And since they are weak, they cannot repair fast enough. And since they cannot repair fast enough, right, you cannot recover back from the damage, you die. So a lot of people who die from chemotherapy is because after killing, they don't have enough stem cell, or their stem cells is too little and weak. They cannot regenerate back enough. They cannot regenerate back, so they die. Because too much cells have died, too much cells is being burned. So this is your heart. So your heart also contains stem cells. So when you do chemo, you also kill off your heart stem cells, or when you chemo the organ, you also kill off your stem cells from that organ. That means your stem cell count will drop, right? So if your organ, that stem cell count is 100, after chemo, you're left with 20. If your 20 stem cells is not enough to regenerate back the cells to recover back, you die. So in fact, if your stem cells die, within 2 hours, you die, when all your stem cells die. So this is how we die of a natural death. With all your stem cells die, correct? 2 hours, you will die. When all your stem cells die, within 2 hours, you will die. Okay? How many of you now are enlightened? So, just to let you know, when your stem cell die, your bank account for stem cells is depleting. That means your life count is depleting. You cannot earn back stem cells anymore. When your stem cells die, you cannot earn back your stem cells. So everyone, as you grow older, the amount of stem cells would start to shrink. So, for example, if you go online, you want to know how fast you die from stem cells, right? Everything is on Google. Okay? How fast do stem cells die? Okay? Some stem cells last for 5 months. Others can last for 3 years. Okay, how long can you live? So how long do you know how fast do stem cell die? So how long do stem cell live? So you can read more about that. Okay, but the moment your stem cell die, you cannot replace back already. Okay, whatever that is dead. You cannot replace back. Okay, how long can stem cell replace themselves? Okay, so the number of stem cells is depleting. Okay, how fast do stem cells deplete? How quickly, how long does stem cell deplete? Okay, effects of aging on stem cells. So the number of stem cells die, the number of stem cells left is determined by your health. Okay, so in order for you guys to live longer, first of all, you need to make sure your stem cells stay healthy. If they are healthy, they can live longer. If they're unhealthy, they die, you have less stem cells. So when you have less stem cells, you recover very slow. You recover, very difficult to recover. Okay? And then second is the amount of stem cells you have. So not only must your stem cells be healthy, the numbers that you have. Okay, now, in my presentation with someone, right, when I explain to them, I will never talk about our product yet. Okay? But since we're on this topic right now, I must well share with you what our product does. So what our product does is Lumines. Okay? This is for you, not for the presentation when you share people. Later on, when I come back to the presentation, I will tell you. Okay? Let's talk about Lumines. How many of you are interested to know how Lumines, right? This one is just for your information. How many of you are interested to know how does Lumines, right, make your stem cell healthy? Anybody is interested to know? How did Lumines come about? Okay, so I'm going to tell you the story of how did Lumines come about and what does Lumines do. Okay, so let me explain to you now the science just for you guys. Okay, great. Now, how Lumines came about is actually by Dr. Nathan Newman. So what happened is you probably watched the video of Dr. Nathan Newman grow back the bone, right? Okay. So what happens is that our founder, which is Randy Ray, the one who created our Genes platform, well, Randy Ray had 60 years old and his knee cartilage is no more, right? So this is his knee, right? And the cartilage, right, of your bone in between the cushion here is gone. So when there's no more cartilage, it's very painful because there's no cushion. And then every time you walk, right, it's bone against bone. And bone against bone, wow, that's bad. So no cartilage. So he go to Dr. Nathan Newman because he saw how Dr. Nathan can grow back the bone grow back the bone. So basically what Dr. Nathan Newman will do is Dr. Nathan Newman take the stem cell from the fat. Okay? So he took the stem cell from the fat by liposuction. By the way, you cannot do too much liposuction because can you imagine your stem cell got limit already? When you do liposuction, you take out all your stem cells. Then the number of stem cells you took out cannot be replaced. Do you know that? So people who do too much liposuction, they start to age faster also because you take out your stem cells and there's no replacement, just so you know. Okay? And that's the reason why you want to keep your baby placenta umbilical cord because inside that cord contains the original stem cells. So in case anything happened to you, you still got backup from these stem cells and you can take from there backup and put it back into your body to keep your cell healthy. So actually keeping your umbilical cord is important because this is your backup, the only backup you have. Okay? Right, so once you do liposuction, he took liposuction, take out from the body, from the fat, the stem cells inside the fat. What he does is he put the stem cells in a dish, petri dish, and then what he does, he will actually feed the stem cell with this thing called growth factors. Now, growth factors are the food for stem cells that make stem cell work 100 times faster. And he has been researching growth factors for many, many years, Dr. Nathan Newman. And when he feed the stem cells with growth factors, the stem cells start to multiply very quickly. Stem cells, multiply very quickly. So when he do that, he'll take, once he feed the stem cells, and the cell multiply quickly, he take the stem cells, inject into the jawbone. So this inject into the bone. So this person's face, this is the face. Sorry, this is bad drawing. So this is a person's face. Alright, jawbone here. So what you do, he take this, inject back into the person's jawbone, and now the jawbone start to grow back. Okay, so he just feed the stem cell, the food, stem cell multiply. When the stem cell become healthy and multiply, he quickly take, inject into the here, right, to regrow back the jawbone. This is how it works. So how is that related to Lumines? So Lumines contains growth factors, which is the language of stem cell, the food for your stem cells, that when you apply onto your skin, right, it will feed your stem cells behind the skin, and your stem cell will start to repair and regenerate quickly. Okay, so let me show you proof. So that's why if you want testimonials to show people that the stem cell technology work, okay, is you type Lumines testimonials. So when you type Lumines testimonials and you click on images, you should be able to see how, even for example, this guy here. Now for someone who's in his 60s, right, got into car accident with very little stem cells left, there's no way it will take him a long time to regenerate back all the damage from accident. And it may take a long time, and it may still leave a scar. But because he applied growth factors, which is the serum that you have, onto the skin, what happens is that the serum will trigger the stem cells behind his face. So behind his face, the skin inside got a lot of stem cells. It triggers the stem cells to not just heal the skin on the surface, it also heals the internal injury that's inside the eye. It also heals the internal injury. So the growth factor is the food for your stem cells. So basically, it triggers the stem cell to regenerate and repair from the outside in. So when you apply to the surface of the Lumines, you don't think that you're just feeding for your skin. You're feeding for the skin, all right? You're feeding the stem cells for your skin, and the stem cells that repair the cells inwards. So when you apply the growth factors onto your skin, the stem cells here, when you apply feed the growth factors, which is a serum, it will make your stem cell regenerate here, but it also repair backwards inside. So it's inside out, from outside in. So you're repairing from the outside in. That's why when you have like inside internal near the skin, internal injury, it will also repair. All right? So when you understand that, that's why this guy, when he applies the growth factors onto, it provides the food for his stem cells on the skin. After 11 days, this is what happens. This is what we call self-healing technology, cellular regeneration. Is when you empower your own stem cells to repair you. 11 days. Okay? Well, he's not the only one. There's quite a few of other people. That's as well. It's not just aesthetics making you reverse aging. So it's reverse aging because it makes your stem cell wake up and repair your wrinkles. It makes your stem cell repair any damage on your skin. All right, like any damage on the skin. So, like even this person here had a burn, right? 2nd degree burn, and that burn, after about a month, should recover. Okay, so any damage that's on the skin, you can know that the stem cells will repair and regenerate, right? So for example, look at this. This is a hand with a cut. After applying here, 1st day, 2nd day, 3rd day, 4th day, 5th day, 6 days. Can you see? So it is your stem cell at work. The serum doesn't do the healing. The serum just gives your stem cell what they need to do the healing. Now, are you now clearer on why Lumines is so why we are so blessed that we are using technology like that? Right? Any skin damage, my friend, any skin damage. Oh, pimple scar, very good, good question. Let me just show you. So if you want to find any testimonial, just type Luminous testimonials. So let me show you here. So let's go to images here, and let's look for any pimple scar. So I think I do have seen some pimple scars. So we have quite a lot here with accident, like this lady here, accident, right? So let's look at that scar. Okay, other than pigmentation, let's see acne scar. I'm going to show you acne scar. Okay, good. So can you see the person's face clearly on the left? And can you see the person's face on the right? So stem cells regenerate new cells to patch up, to patch up the holes. So does that answer your question already? Great. So how many of you find my explanation? How many of you find my explanation very clear, easy to understand, and amazing? How many of you find my explanation clear, easy to understand? And then now you find the serum very amazing? Nobody has this technology, by the way. Nobody in the world has 200 growth factors in a bottle of that serum. And by the way, that serum, you can also apply onto ulcers as well. Internal cuts. If you cut your lips inside, you can apply. You can apply on gums as well. Okay? I admitted Karen already. Yes. Thank you, Julie. Yeah. So, is it easy to understand? Now, this is for you guys only, okay? You don't need to explain that to people, okay? I'm just asking you in case people want to understand. So you want your stem cells to live longer on your skin? You want to stay frozen in time, right? Then what you need to do is to make sure you apply your Luminous serum all the time. So your growth factor is always there to provide the food to keep your stem cell healthy and live longer. So how does that apply internally? So Luminous, so Dr. Nathan Newman got another stem cell doctor in, which is even bigger shot than him, which is Dr. Winston. So Dr. Winston product is what? Is take into the body. So inside the body, your stem cells, your reserve, what does reserve do? Reserve provides antioxidants to protect your stem cells. So reserve has antioxidants inside. Reserve also has resveratrol inside, which resveratrol go in and repair your stem cells, repair the damage in your stem cells. So it protects and repair. Okay? Understand? So your AMPM, what does it do? Your AMPM provides the nutrients to make your stem cells strong, muscle. Okay? And your affinity goes in and make the stem cells live longer. So your stem cells live longer. When stem cells live longer, you retain more stem cells inside your body to live longer. So your health is depending on the number of stem cells you have, because your stem cells are the one that repairs and do everything. And what does Revital Blue do? So Revital Blue makes your bone marrow produce new stem cells. So, can you understand now? So, the Luminous is the stem cell on your skin to give the food for your stem cells on the skin. The reserve, AMPM, the reserve is to protect your stem cells inside your human body, inside your body. That's where you take in. And the resveratrol inside the reserve helps to repair the damage inside the stem cells. AMPM provides the nutrients to make the stem cells strong. Affinity makes a stem cell live longer. And then revital glue makes your bone marrow produce new stem cells. And I use all. And that's why I look like this at 42 years old. Because I want my stem cells, I want to keep my stem cells as long as I can. So that I can stay frozen in time. Got that? How many of you now are very amazed? That's why when you take reserve, right, you can recover from multiple health problems. That's why when you take the products, you can recover from multiple health problems. Because the health problem that you have, every health problem you have, almost all health problem you have, the one that go and repair is your stem cells. So if you give your stem cell what they need, your stem cell will go and repair every organ in your body. That's how you can reverse your aging problems. Okay? Right? That's provided, yes. Lemmy, if all your stem cells die already, you probably, in 2 hours, you are dead. So if you have all your stem cells die already, no matter what nutrients you put in, it will not help your body. You will still die. Okay? If there is no more stem cell, you take the reserve, you take all this product, right? It will not help you anymore. If the stem cell is weak, that's why you need to take the products. If your stem cell is weak, that's why you need to take the product. Leeway. Understand? That's why you need to feed your stem cell and give them the nutrients. So if people whose immune system always very bad one, it's because their stem cell is weak. When they take reserve, they will become, their stem cells become strong. Like for me, I used to fall sick quite often, but the last 5 years, I've not seen a doctor. Can you now understand what power you have in your hand right now? That's why when I tell people, can you understand now what power you have in your hand right now? And if you cannot appreciate what we have, okay, it's going to help a lot of people in the world. Right now, the latest thing everybody is talking about, right now, right, all the latest scientists is talking about regenerative medicine. Okay? That's why on here, right, stem cells is the future. Everyone right now is talking about the future of stem cells and how stem cells is changing the future, and stem cell is the future of medicine. Everybody is talking about that right now. That is the key. But you know what? While they are talking about it, our products is already doing it. That's why stem cell is the future of medicine. When we are already doing the future of medicine already, when we give the stem cells what they need for our stem cells to perform what it can do, that is the future of medicine. And I'm proud to tell all of you, that we are already in the future of medicine. And the future of medicine is our stem cell. And that's why I tell everybody I'm in the self-healing technology. Okay, now let me finish it. I gotta finish it in 3 more minutes. Okay. So now let's go back. Now that you understand the product, let's go back to where we left off with the person, with our prospect. So we tell our prospect, right here, the stem cells, how many stem cells you have, determine your strength and the stem cell health of your stem cells, and the number of stem cells you have is very important. Because once you have very little stem cells, you cannot fight against coronavirus. That's why most of the older people who die when they have coronavirus or COVID-19 is because they don't have enough stem cells to fight against the coronavirus, or their stem cells are weak. That's why we also have testimonials of people who take our product and they have COVID-19 and they recover. Why? Because of their own stem cells. Because they feed resveratrol, AM/PM to the stem cells, and the stem cells now can fight the COVID-19. And that's why we have a lot of testimonials of people who took reserve and recover from COVID-19. So that's why when you type resveratrol COVID-19 in that's why you type resveratrol COVID-19 in Google, right? You type resveratrol and COVID-19, right? COVID-19, resveratrol COVID-19, right? You will see clinical studies that it helps with COVID-19, right? Why? Because resveratrol gives your stem cells its ability to defend itself against the virus. And that is very powerful. What you have on hand is the miracle that is proven science, I would say. So I'll tell the person. So basically, I'm in the technology of sharing people what I work with a few doctors. So here I say, once they understand what the stem cell do and why the stem cell is important for their health, because stem cells are want to repair their body. Stem cells they want to help them recover from fever, recover from any virus. It's all dependent on stem cells, on their own stem cells. So what I do, I will tell them this. So what I do is I show people what natural what I work with a proven doctor that has proven science on what natural product they need to take in order to give the stem cells its ability to regenerate and repair itself. So your body, your stem cell can repair every organ in your body. So I show people what I recommend people the technology of the product by a doctor, right? That is proven how actually it can support our stem cells to repair our body. If you ever like to know what product that is, I'll be glad to share with you. Or what ingredient, I'll be glad to share with you. If you want to know what product it is, or what natural ingredients you need to do that. So if there's a person, yes, I'd like to know, here's what I do. Then I go to Longevity TV. Right? And I send them one video. And which video should I send? I send resveratrol videos. So I can go like most popular. So most popular is reserve. So I will show this.
Hello everybody,
video.
This is William Amzalag and I want to welcome you in our 5th episode of Jeunesse Longevity TV. Intentional. And in fact, there are 8 mainly because we call this after a body used as DNA. The cell's membrane, very few ingredients are able to do so. It happens from oxygenated DNA damage.
Okay, great. So I would probably show them the one product enough already because I don't want to overload them with too many products. So I just show them this video and that is how the person will get interested to want to take the product. Okay? Okay, Zen Fuse, basically it's Zen Fuse, how it relates to the product is actually your body structure. Okay, it's to make I cannot explain to you about Zen right now because I need to go already. That's why I say I can only explain how it works. Okay, so far. So for Zen, we'll probably talk about this another time. Alright? So I've got to go already. So how many of you guys right now really felt that you benefited from today's session? Right? And you have many light bulb again and you learned something from today's session. Right? If anyone here enjoyed what I've just shared. Now, one of the things that will happen to you after what I've shared with you now, you guys are going to I think I need to get my mother to take the product. I think I'm going to get who to take the product. All right? How many of you, after my explanation, you finally see the real value of the product? How many of you now feel that you can appreciate the product better? And you are starting to think yeah, maybe I should recommend this and I should get my parents and my children to take reserve. Anyway, my children have not gone see a doctor for the last 5 years or so because just taking reserve only. Okay, and this is how, but basically I have just sold you to make you feel like I want to try the product more. I want to get more product to try, and it has made you feel that you also want to let your family member try. Okay, so it has helped you understand that. So basically this is how I sell. I don't actually sell to people I just explain to them how it works. Once they understand how it works, they automatically want to buy the product already. They automatically feel like they want to buy the product already. And this is the power of how I draw people to want to For my children are young, they take 1 packet can already. For older people, they should take at least 2 or more, because they need to repair a lot of DNA damage in their body. Okay? So basically, with this explanation, when you know how to explain it in this way, you don't have to worry about, you don't have to promote the product one. People will come to you and want the product. There's no sugar content. There's no all the products in Genes are all natural, no artificial stuff inside, all natural. So if reserve inside contains natural sugar because you take grapes, you take blueberry, do they have sugar? Julie, do they have sugar? Does blueberry have sugar? Now, when you take blueberry, is it sweet? You take strawberry, is it sweet? You take grapes, is it sweet? Great. So I think I've answered your question already. Okay? Your body, anything that you take naturally, there is no such thing as too much. What Mona V does is Mona V goes to repair your cartilage. Mona V is made specially for cartilage and for joints. It specializes in that. So if you have joint problem, take Reserve. Yes, it will help you recover, but Reserve will make your stem cell repair multiple parts of your body. But when you add on Mona V, it's like Mona V is giving your cartilage, the stem cells on your cartilage, on your bone side, more power to accelerate the healing of your cartilage, right? So Mona V is major for joints and many other stuff as well. So in fact, you cannot take, in fact, these are natural products. So natural product, you overtake, there's nothing, there's no side effect, zero side effect, nothing. Because, I need to go already. But I wish I could share with you, continue some more. And you guys have very good question, okay? So basically, how do you draw? So people, when I share with them when I draw them in, they ask me am I doing? I say, have you heard self-healing? Then I ask them what is stem cell. Do they know stem cell? Don't know. I explain to them stem cell. And then I explain how stem cell work. Then I explain to them how the stem cell repair and regenerate. And how what I'm doing is to give the ingredient for a stem cell so the stem cell can do whatever your stem cell need to do. Now, would you like to know what natural ingredients proven by science that can give a stem cell to do all the things that you want to repair and regenerate the entire body? Right? To repair everything. Would you like to know? If you like to know, I'll be glad to share with you. If you say yes, okay, great. I send you the product video on Reserve. And after you watch already, he's interested, then he will buy from me. So I never sell at all. I never promote at all. Did I promote the product? No. What did I promote? I just promoted to you guys by explaining what is self-healing technology. Just by doing that, I've drawn you guys in. I've drawn any person I talk to right now after talking, right? After sharing that, right, they'll be like, yeah, I want to try the product. All right? So I hope you guys understand now how I draw people in. So I don't push product to them. I draw them in, and they are the one that tells me, I would like to try the products. Okay? So I hope that helps you understand today more about the products and more about what exactly we are doing. And more so that you can appreciate now what you have in your hands. So thank you very much. Have a good night rest. And I'd love for you guys to do this. Can you please do me a small favor? Please do me a very small favor. Please go inside the group chat today. Right? Please go inside the group chat today and share inside the Auto Millionaires there. What did you learn today that was the most impactful for you? Okay? Just do that for me. Thank you very much. If every one of you go and share, it will encourage me a lot. If you benefit a lot from my sharing and you want to encourage me, the best encouragement is for me to read all the stuff that you have learned inside here and how it really helped you. That is the greatest thing that you can do for me. Or also, when your business grow, when you are able to grow your business, that also makes me feel that whatever I'm doing for you right now is really worth it. So thank you very much and have a good night. Rest. All right? So go and repair and regenerate all your stem cells.